Welcome to another Coding with Luce episode. So this week we are going to look at Twilio Conversations. So last week I had a look at the CLI, which was announced at Signal, their big annual conference, and another API or tool available to us that was announced at the same conference is Twilio Conversations. So as it says here, create meaningful connections with customers across channels, which, as you can see from this little diagram here, means that you can actually have the same conversation across WhatsApp, text. I'm not sure what that one is. I don't know, I'm not down with the kids, I don't know. Oh, that might be Twilio SMS, actually. Anyway, yeah, the idea is that you can basically have conversations in one conversation, and it doesn't matter what platform the participants are using. So someone on Facebook Messenger can talk to someone that's using WhatsApp, to someone that's using a text message. And that's awesome, because not only does that mean that people that don't have one of those installed, maybe WhatsApp, because not everyone has WhatsApp, and for example, my mum doesn't, you can still interact with people regardless, and you get shared history, which is really important. So what I want to do today is just go through the Quickstart guide on the Twilio docs and kind of take you along for the ride with me. So we've got the Quickstart guide open here. Just zoom in. Now, I've skipped the first bit, which is sign up for Twilio and provision your first SMS-enabled number, because obviously having, as you saw if you watched last week's episode on the Twilio CLI and, know that I've done other kind of Twilio-related things before, I already have an account and I already have a number, so we can just get started. So what's cool about this is that you get the docs which show you how to do it in your chosen language. Now, obviously, I'm a C# developer by heart, however, that's how you do it in code. Because the CLI was announced last week and the CLI tools are so awesome, I thought, let's do it from the CLI. So I switched the CLI tab and let's just have a read of the Quick Start guide. So, cool. Create your first conversation, okay? Create a conversation with a friendly name using the REST API, okay? So, there we go. This is what we do. So, from the CLI, we would do API conversations v1 conversations create. Okay, I could write all that out, but I'm just going to copy this command. I'm going to open iTerm. I'm going to make this bigger, and then we'll paste that in. So yeah, obviously conversations is an API. It's on version 1, and then it's just creating it with a friendly name, which, if you watch my stream on Monday evening during Twilio Quest, is kind of their way of giving phone numbers a description, basically. So obviously my first conversation makes sense. Let's just go and create that. There we go, awesome. So that's created that in an instant. And just like the tutorial said, we'll get back a response that starts with CHXXXXX. So in my case, that's here. So let's just grab that SID, copy it. Cool, so that's on my clipboard now. So we've created the first conversation. Okay, it wants us to remember the chat service ID as well. As I mentioned in last week's episode, I have an app installed on my MacBook called Copy Clip 2, which means that if I copy things to the clipboard, it keeps a history. I'm not going to show you, actually I can show you because there's no relevance to what all things are. So yeah, so as I copy things, they're still in the history, which means that I can just copy both and it'll still be in my clipboard. So let's just go back to here, and it said to copy the chat service ID as well. Did I get a chat service ID? No. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, yeah, so we didn't get, that's interesting. So there you go, first problem already. Let's just go back a step. Ooh, I got too far ahead there. There we go. Okay, so interestingly, we didn't get, as I said, we didn't get a chat service ID back in our response, which means that we need to go and find it. Where will it be? So let's try going to the console. You know, we've all got to do a bit of debugging sometimes, so let's just go to the twilio.com/console. So hopefully if we go to the console and then find the chat, the conversation section, hopefully we will find out what what it is. If not, we'll do it with C# or something else. Let's see. What were our options? If the CLI is not going to give us what we want, but curl, Java, Python, curl. It's a good one. So curl can be done from command line, that's quite useful. But let's just have a look. Just log in. Oh, I need to see command line. There we go. So we go to here, to all products and services, somewhere, hopefully, it's conversations, there we go. So we go into conversations, we'll see if it can see that I started a conversation. And let's just see. Nope. Okay. Fair enough. So actually doing it from the CLI doesn't give us the response that we want because I don't know what the chat ID is. If we make that bigger, yeah, no, we're not missing anything. Okay, so for now, the CLI actually can't solve the problem. I will feed that back after this. So let's just do it the old-fashioned way. Let's try curl and see if it'll give us a response that tells us what we need to know. Let's just go back to here. Let's call it my second conversation, because technically it is. Didn't copy that right, did I? Okay, we're going to stop trying to be clever and we're just going to stick it in code. Cool, so just stick that in. I've got extensions window open because yesterday I was talking about extensions, so it needs my auth token. Okey-doke. That's okay. I'll revoke that after this. But let's do it the old-fashioned way. So now let's do that. I said I'll revert this afterwards. So we have, oh, your auth token's incorrect. That's not great. Okay, as I said, I'll revert it afterwards anyway. So let's just go back to my account. I'll grab my auth token. So we've got, okay, it wants my, okay, cool. So it wants my, see, that was confusing. I didn't realise that bit that colon, sorry, your auth token is what it meant. But they did start it with an AC, so that's my fault. But in my defence, it's not even 7 AM here. It is 6:56. And you're probably wondering why on earth I record these videos so early in the morning. Partly just because it's a good time to do it. And I know that it means I might make more mistakes or say something wrong. But I'm a morning person anyway. And, you know, I want these videos to be honest and transparent. And you can see that, you know, make mistakes, get something wrong. You know, we're human after all, you know, and it's kind of I'm no experience, you know, I've only got a few years experience as a developer, but if you're new to development, maybe watching how I approach trying to solve a problem I hit could be beneficial to you, so I just include everything. So let's try that again. Right, let's paste that in. Now we'll try it. Let's just clear that so it's easy to see. That's going to moan in a minute that the conversation already exists, I think. Or not. So we have our URL. We have the messaging SID. There we go. So there's the chat SID. And then do we get back There we go. Chat service. Woohoo. Okay, so that was the 2 bits of info that asked us to copy. Excuse me. In the quick class, it said copy down the conversation in the chat service. Done. So let's see if we can get back to CLI. So CLI is in preview, so the fact that some parts of it, like that, didn't give back everything we need to know is something that they'll definitely be open to, and actually we can do it on here, because that's what's so awesome, is that you can do Twilio feedback, and it'll come back with the URL to visit. So if we just copy that, pop this in, so you can see how easy it is that you too can offer feedback if you spot anything. So let's have a look. Oh, well that's gone well, hasn't it? Okay, forget that idea. I will deal with that afterwards. But yes, I will record that as feedback, and that is how you do it. You do Twilio feedback on the CLI, and it gives you a URL. You can then visit to provide them feedback, which is what we want to do. But I'll do that after the video, as I said. Okay, so we need to add an SMS participant. Okay. So, okay, you've created a conversation which you can think of as a virtual space for users to join from the channel of their choice. Cool. Next, you'll add your first participant, someone connecting to the conversation with an SMS-enabled phone number. Hint, use the number that you purchased and use to set up your messaging service. No problem. For the following code sample, replace the placeholder values for conversation SID, personal number, purchase number, account, and auth token. Okay, can do that. So, no, back. There we go. So, whatever, go away. Jumped ahead then. There we go. Right, let's try again, shall we? Oh, see, it's because I'm using force touch trackpad, so I'm highlighting things with too much force. Right, there we go. So if we can stick that in here, we can start to replace the values. So the conversation SID is, of course, the one starting with CH, so we can grab that from here and pop that in. Messaging binding address is your personal number. Okay. Hopefully that won't backfire. Purchase Twilio phone number. Okay. They need to make a way to blur this stuff out so that you can still teach people without giving away personal information. And then my purchase Twilio phone number is hopefully on the clipboard somewhere. There we go. See, if you've got a Mac, I highly recommend CopyClip 2. I have a feeling it cost me a few dollars, but it's totally worth it for things like that. You know, I haven't copied my Twilio phone number since Monday evening, yet here we are on Wednesday morning, and I can easily get to it. So let's just go back to here, and put that in there, and then copy all of that and put it in here. And see what happens. Cool, we get back a messaging SID. So I bet you we're going to need that. So let's just copy it. And then go back to the Quickstart guide. Okay. So we got back all that information. So now we need to add a conversation participant. Cool. So I'm in there. So I've got one participant. Okay, configure the chat demo application using code sandbox.io. Okay, that's cool. Great, you've got a conversation with an SMS participant. Just one problem, it's quiet because it's hard to have a conversation with just one person. Very true. Although I live alone, so I talk to myself all the time. It's time to add a second chat-based participant to talk with your SMS-based participant. Sign into Code Sandbox and fork our demo application. Okay, For this quick start, we'll be using a basic chat application to join our conversation. We need to take a quick detour to set up the sample chat application. For your convenience, we've created a demo application that provides a basic JavaScript-based chat interface in which you can send and receive messages in a new conversation. Sign into the code sandbox.io and fork the demo app into your own sandbox, okay? So I'm just holding down Command to open them in a new tab. Code Sandbox is a cloud-based and online editor that we use to host, update and edit our sample chat application. I think that's supposed to say and. But anyways, it's a cloud-based. Maybe that's not supposed to be there at all. Code Sandbox is a cloud-based online editor. Yeah, PR it is. Open source for the win. Okay. So, let's sign in. Oh, I like the pretty colour boxes. Oh, the online code editor for React. Oh, the online code editor for Vue. I'm not a front-end web developer in the slightest, but I just like the pretty colour boxes. Ah, okay. So red's Angular, green's Vue, gold is web, and blue is React. But anyway, that's not the point. Let's just sign in. So it said to sign in with your GitHub credentials, so I can do that. Sign in with GitHub. Yes. Cool. So we've got an account, and now we can fork. Cool. Although, just to be on the safe side, I might grab that URL. Again, now that I've signed in. Just so that it registers that I'm... Oh, I did it. I forgot to do it in a new tab. Right, let's try it. Let's fork. Let's duplicate that. And then go back to here and go back one. So I have a demo chat app. This is good. So let's put my name in. I'm Luce. So let's just... Okay, that doesn't zoom in very well. I was hoping to zoom in so you could see it better, but... Okay, so... Let's go back to this step here. Sign in, fork it, we've done that. Now that you've forked the demo application, you have your own sandbox and online editor to adapt the code. Your changes will be instantly reflected in the deployed application. Cool. In order for your chat application to work, we need to authenticate a chat user by retrieving a short-lived token attached to your API key. We'll use a Twilio CLI to generate a chat token that you can use in your application. Cool. Yeah, I've got Twilio CLI installed. Ah, okay. So this box isn't actually present in this Twilio CLI get started, because if you watched my episode last week where I followed the quick start for the CLI, I got confused what on earth a shorthand identifier was, so I used my email. So that definitely needs to be made clearer. But I just added it to the list of things I feedback after this. Okay, so this will create an API key for you that will be used secure will be stored securely for future use. Correct. Install the Twilio token plugin and generate a token. Okay, yeah. So Twilio CLI has these plugins that you can add that give you extra CLI capabilities. So in this case, you want the token plugin. As you can see, it's from Twilio Labs, so it is a Twilio internal token. It's not made by the community. Okay, so that's installed. Sweet. You can create a token with this command, replacing the arguments with your own values. Okay, it's time to do some copying. So if we go back into code, we don't need that one anymore, so we can paste in that one. So let's just do that to make it easy to read. So identity is so it's test pineapple. Let's do test pen. That's a reference to is it pen, pineapple, apple pen, whatever it's called. which was a video a few years ago. So our chat service SID that starts with IS. Well, we know what that is because we copied it earlier. So we can delete that, go back to copy clip. We can steal it. IS, there it is. So we can pop that in there. We can copy the whole thing. Ooh, extra space. There we go. Copy the whole thing into here. Ah, yes, because I put it onto one line. My mistake. Just do that. There we go. It'll be happier now. See? If you're going to put a return in to make something more humanly readable, then definitely remember to put the line breaks, remove the line breaks again, or you can do that, do a slash like here. So let's copy that because it told us to. It says copy paste this chat token into your test application. Okay, but we're not going to do that yet because that's not what the instructions are saying. For the value you pass to identity, use the username that your chat user will log into the demo chat application. Use any identity that you like. Maybe we suggest test pineapple. Nope, test pen. Yep, so we know what the chat service does. Copy the chat token. Yep, we've done that. And paste it into the chat app.js placeholder field in the get token. Okay. Chat app.js. Do that again. So it's chat app. Oh yeah, that's in get token. So here I found the chat app, and now we just need to find the get token. Here we go. So your token here, which is that. Very, very, very long. So let's save that. Cool. So we've done that bit and saved it. Reload your chat application, which now includes a chat token. Okay. Test pen. Yay, I'm connected. Okay, so once you see you're connected, you now know that you're logged into the chat application. Awesome. Okay, so your chat application is all set up and ready to go. We're on to the last part, adding this chat participant to your conversation. Woohoo! Okay, let's add a chat participant to our conversation so it isn't so lonely in there. I'm so lonely, I need a friend. The following code sample adds a conversation participant by chat to the conversation. You will need to replace the following information. Conversation SID, yep. Identity, yep, no worries. Okay. So, it wants us to add a chat participant, okay? So, we can do the same command again, but we'll do what we did before, which was put it into code to edit it first. So, first one is a conversation SID, which is going to be there. So we can put that in there, and then obviously we change it from test pineapple to test pen. Whoop, didn't mean to save it. Copy that. And then we can clear this and paste that. That should go and do something. Cool, okay, so we've got a messaging object back. That's a good start. After you run this code, you should see a link with your conversation's friendly name pop up in the chat application. There we go, my first conversation. Sweet. That means you're connected and can start chatting. Sweet. I have many things to say to myself. Okay. New conversation? Check. Working chat application? Check. 2 participants? Check. Yep, they're both me, but they're true. It's time to start talking. On your mobile phone, send a text message to the Twilio number you use to set up your conversation. Then your chat application should receive the same message almost immediately. Okay? So, let's try it. So if I send a text to my Twilio number, See if this will work. I'm just scrolling on my phone to find where I texted it before. There we go. See what happens. So I sent that text. Let's see if it shows up. Look at that. I'm joining by SMS. Woo! We had our first conversation. Love it. Sweet. So I received a message. Okay, so see if we reply in browser. Let's see if I am replying by chat. Let's see if I get a text. There you go, just got a text. Woohoo! You might hear the ding in a minute, depending on how loud my laptop's set, because obviously I get iMessages to my laptop. Awesome. Okay. So officially got a response. If you try and if you reply in chat, you'll receive the message as a text on your phone. I did. Notice how all this routing between the two channels is done automatically on your behalf. Yep, that is true. 3 REST requests in and you have a working use case. Congratulations. Woohoo! Okay, so what's next? Obviously we're not going to do that today because the point of this video was to follow the getting started, but let's just have a look. From here, you can add more participants to your conversation via chat or SMS. New participants start receiving new messages automatically, and deleting those same participants removes them from the conversation. Okay. Subject to regional SMS limitations, you can have any number of SMS participants for each Twilio number, or you can have a separate proxy address for each of your users. Want to know more about Twilio Conversations API? Check out the Conversations API reference docs. Cool. So I'll put the links for this, this reference docs as well as the link for this getting started guide in the video description. But with that, we have started a conversation, and I will see you next week. Have a good time, everyone.